Your brand is completely rapidly growing as a leader in this whole field.
Yeah.
So how has the entire journey been till now, and what is the vision for ahead too?
So we have been operating for 4 years now. We started in 2021 and in 4 years we have managed to please a lot of customers. We have managed to please a lot of hosts also who are earning from us. So to average a decent host in a decent city, he earns about 25,000 per month through our application for a small area of about 200 to 300 square feet. Whenever a customer books in, he books the storage space which is as per his requirement, and our system asks the customer if they want any of the additional services we are offering. If they say, okay, I want order fulfillment, or I need packing moving, or I need vehicle storage, then the relevant options pop up and they can avail our other services as well.
How come you got to know about this vacuum and you filled in that gap? Why not somebody else yet?
I say that we are a tech company where we have created the applications and the website, but considering the fact that a lot of logistics and a lot of after sales is involved, it's more an operations driven company.
How easy is to just, map it down, and how much time does it take to navigate through their requirements?
So we have more than 5,000 hosts who have listed their unused spaces on our portal. We have geography specific or even pin code specific search on our platform. Like we have customers like specifically from the trading segment, like we have wholesalers, stockists.
Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Mic Pe Milenge. I'm your host Tamanna. Today we have Mr. Aditya Kale, who's the co-founder and CEO of Airatic Storage. So welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
So let's begin from the basics. How did Eratic start? And what was the story behind? How did you find the vacuum and the gap in the market to bring this?
Yeah. So the story is pretty interesting. This company started its operations in 2021, 4 years back. So during the COVID times, one particular segment which like most of the businesses were not doing well, but one particular segment which started flourishing was the storage segment.
Okay.
And that also the household or retail warehousing segment. Many people who were working as many people who were basically migrating to multiple other cities for job purpose, they were leaving their homes and going back to the native places because of work from home. And that's where they wanted to leave their leased apartments, store their household goods in a particular warehouse, just because paying a lot of money for just to keep the household stuff, that was not something viable. So that's where the self-storage industry started flourishing.
Correct.
And self-storage industry before COVID was pretty unheard in India, but during the COVID time they started aggravating like a lot of the supply and the demand didn't match because the demand was pretty high and supply was pretty low. So that's where I found the gap. Okay, this was something which is a challenging thing for the customers, specifically who are seeking smaller temporary storage spaces to find such warehouses, then book them offline or manually. So I decided to aggregate all these shared warehouses through our platform. I created one basic platform. I started aggregating all these self-storage facilities, and which made it convenient for the customers to book this temporary storage spaces.
Okay.
And we also started providing the logistic support, that's the packing moving service, because giving an end-to-end solution, that's what something people wanted.
Correct.
So we created an ecosystem where people who require storage spaces, they can come to our platform, they can identify the space as per the requirement, they can book the logistics, and they can just get the goods shifted in their particular warehouse. And obviously this saved a lot of money for the end customers as well, and they were also happy that okay, living at a remote destination, they had a company who is managing everything and getting their homes vacant and helping them shift it to the storage facility which they desired.
Wow.
So that's where I thought that okay, this is something which can be a big business, and I decided to make Airattix obviously an official. So that's it. Yeah, that's it. You can ask the next question.
So,
You can.
when you initially started off this, right?
Yeah.
How was the feedback of people who actually started, using it or trying their hands on it? How was it?
So as I told you that we started doing the operations in the COVID time, so people were thankful that we had cases where we were actually vacating people's home on on the video calls.
Wow.
Where our team used to go and they used to switch on the video call, they used to vacate, or they used to pack all the apartments and then used to load it in the truck and then shift it to the warehouses. Because of the border restrictions, people are not able to come to just to unpack, just to repack and shift, do the shifting. So we had those cases. So people are actually thankful. Then obviously tech adds convenience. Before Airattix, there is, as we are the first movers in the industry. So before Airattix, people were doing it manually and they were finding it difficult. So with our platform, they had multiple options where they can find, it was easier for them to find a storage space. So it was much pretty like convenient for these customers, and they were happy with the kind of service we are providing. And post-COVID, obviously, as the work from home demand started going down, many people started inquiring of nearby storage facilities. And they were happy that we were not only aggregating the storage spaces, but we had a lot of people who had listed their unused spaces as well on our portal. So finding a storage space in the city area was made, what this concept was actually bought in by Airattix. So otherwise the concept was like, when it comes to a warehouse or a storage space, usually people think the warehouse must be located somewhere on the outskirts of the city. It is mostly for the industrial purpose. And but we are breaking that mindset. We have storage spaces within your own pin code, within your own jurisdiction, within a reachable like distance, and which can be rented out at just a couple of clicks.
Even listening to this entire flow of it gives me takes me at ease that how you could bridge in this gap. But as you talked about the first mover advantage here, why you? Like, how come you got to know about this vacuum and you filled in that gap? Why not somebody else yet?
So, see, even though I say that we are a tech company where we have created the applications and the website, but considering the fact that a lot of logistics and a lot of after sales are involved, it's more an operations driven company. So it's not that, okay, people just book and the things get over at that time. Then the movers packers get activated, or operations team comes in place. Then obviously a lot of grievance, as we are a marketplace, we don't we are just connecting people, and we have created a booking platform. So a lot of after sales activities come in place. So obviously these are the challenging things. So it's very difficult to replicate, and considering I have a warehousing background, I know how the supply chain industry works. For me, it was easier to conceptualize and make it operational. So when I found the gap and when I realized, okay, the B2C market is much bigger than the B2B market, and obviously being B2C, it should come with technology. You cannot do manually. So that's where we thought, okay, we created tech, but again, the tech is just one part of my company. The majority part is the operations which we do at the back end. So many people find this challenging. Okay, tech to hum bana lenge, but after that, the operations part is not everybody's cup of tea. So luckily, I have that background, I have that expertise. So that's why I found it easier to set up the company and grow it.
What were one of the major operational challenges that you face?
So as we are an aggregator, we do everything to third party. So finding spaces is, again, now in the Indian economy, it has become easier. Initially, I thought it was difficult to convince people to list their unused spaces. But we promote ourselves in such a way that, okay, you can monetize your unused spaces. So in that situation, people are obviously listing their spaces on our portal, and they want to lease it out for good storage. But the challenge comes in when the logistics part comes in. Means when the movers packers, that's a very unorganized market.
Very cluttered.
So these people are, again, I won't say not everybody is sophisticated in this particular industry. So during the last mile operations, we have few challenges where the packing moving team doesn't reach on time, or there's breakage and everything. But we have taken care of that. We also have insurance partners who offer multiple insurance, like the transit insurance or the good storage insurance and all.
It gives a sense of security.
Absolutely. So it's it gives a sense of security, plus also it gives you if in case any damage actually happens, then that obviously money is also coming in. So people think that, okay, insurance plays a big role in this entire industry. So, but movers packers is a challenge. So otherwise, renting and leasing storage spaces, we have not faced any challenges as of now. People are happy that they are monetizing their unused spaces, and customers are also finding storage spaces in the
It's like
vicinity.
Airbnb of storage.
So Airbnb usually takes any objection on any trademark which has air in it.
Oh.
And for no odd reason. I read the trademark document very thoroughly. They don't have any such kind of right.
Okay.
But I have stopped promoting. एक मेरे trademark के document में जो objection दिया था, वो objection letter में you have given an interview with Times of India and in this particular date और ये paragraph में ये line में आपने Airattix को Airbnb से compare किया है. That is what the objection letter में उन्होंने लिखा है.
Shit.
So that's why, हाँ. So we are not an Airbnb for good storage. We are Airattix, but we are an aggregation platform. I don't know what we are.
So, like I've seen that how in the micro warehousing ecosystem has changed massively in India. So, what's your take on that?
So see, we are a micro warehousing company only. We are having spaces ranging from as low as 25 square feet to maximum of 1,000, 2,000 square feet. But when it comes to 25 square feet rentals for a storage space, this was unheard of maybe before COVID times or maybe few years back. But suddenly now people just want to park just one particular suitcase or one bed also in a warehouse. So this is something which is picking up when it comes to common warehousing. And not only for common man warehousing, also the industries are going for small and flexible storage spaces. Like we have customers who are from the SME segment, small and middle scale industry, or even some big brands also. So sometimes what happens is that their particular factory premises or an import shipment is coming in and they don't have space in the factory premises because the production has got delayed or whatever. So they just want that one particular container to be stored somewhere in a nearby warehouse for a particular month. So one container means about 300, 400 square feet and they just want it for a month. So finding a warehousing partner and then convincing him कि मुझे एक महीने के लिए rent पे दे दो, that's a challenge. So through our platform, they can just find even the corporates to identify such spaces. They book it online. We don't charge any deposit, so it's easier for them. But again, the payments are prepaid. So when it comes to your question, obviously the corporate, the OEMs and the common man, nowadays everybody is preferring small, temporary and flexible warehouses suiting their particular needs. Nobody wants to pay extra for storage spaces. Earlier it was like if the warehouse is of 5,000, you need to reach the entire 5,000 square feet. Nowadays people, if they require 1,000 square feet, they will pay only for 1,000 square feet. So that's what actually the ecosystem is changing. And micro warehousing is the future. So small temporary storage spaces are going to be the future, specifically in the dark store era, where these quick commerce giants are obviously opening small temporary storage spaces. So these are the storage spaces only, or maybe you call them e-commerce fulfillment warehouses. So obviously these are again having what 200 to 1,000 square feet area. So these are small micro warehouses only, which are coming up in the city area. So that's where basically we are trying to fill in the gap, and micro warehousing is going to be a big business in the coming days.
That's great. I mean, when somebody, I mean, if they go to your app, right, and they want to just find a certain location for this things and everything or certain space, how easy is to just, you know, map it down?
Navigate.
And how much time does it take to navigate through their requirements?
So we have more than 5,000 hosts who have listed their unused spaces on our portal. We have geography specific or even pin code specific search on our platform. Like we have customers like specifically from the trading segment, like we have wholesalers, stockists. These people usually require storage spaces nearby their business premises. So like I give an example where I will give you an example. Like if you go to a shoe shop and अगर आपके साइज का शू या जूता वहाँ पे नहीं है, so the shoe shop owner says मैं वो गोडाउन से लेके आता हूँ. Means he has rented some storage space nearby, and this has been there for generations. कि एक्स्ट्रा इन्वेंट्री रखने के लिए, स्टॉक रखने के लिए कई एक आसपास दुकान ले ली या कोई बेसमेंट ले लिया. सो नाउ विथ आवर पर्टिकुलर एप्लीकेशन, these small time traders or anybody who requires an extra space and he wants or she wants it in the vicinity, then they can do a pin code specific search as well, and within couple of clicks they can just book that space as well. So we are obviously doing a very precise search algorithm where people can have a basically search result which is viable to their geographic and budgetary needs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if we talk about the whole traditional way of storages, how is exactly the whole redefining is being done by Airattix currently?
So the traditional warehousing ecosystem has been there for like quite some time now. But again, as I told you earlier, when it comes to warehousing, people used to think it is somewhere far away from the city area and it is only for the industrial or commercial purposes.
Exactly. When I read about it, I even didn't
Yeah.
know that something like that used to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that we are coming up with temporary shared warehousing solutions through our platform, we are obviously changing the way people think.
Correct.
People you never used to think that okay, there can be a storage space available somewhere in the city area. Maybe if I am sitting somewhere in Delhi and in the market area, for example, and then finding a vacant space even maybe as small as 20 square feet is difficult. But you will be amused that in some of the prime locations in Delhi as well, where people have listed their unused basements or extra rooms on a portal and they want to lease it for storage purpose.
Wow.
So storage obviously is a very generic term, but it has a very deep meaning. People never used to think, okay, storage is not only warehousing. Storage is something which is going to help you in future, considering the increasing real estate prices. Every household eventually will require an extra storage space. Nowadays, the households are shrinking, the areas of the household are shrinking, the loft culture is gone. To get an extra storeroom inside your apartment has become very expensive. The migration has increased. So people obviously are preferring rented apartments rather than buying assets. So these all people require temporary storage spaces and they want it in the city area because they want access to their goods. So that's how the mindset shift is happening. Yeah.
So if I talk about the unique approaches that Erattix come with to, in this whole industry of logistics and storage, then what is the role that your app is uniquely playing here?
So we basically, as I told you, that when we decided to go from the B2C to B2C segment, the first thing I realized that if I'm going to do a common man solution, or common man warehousing solution, or common man storage solutions, if I want to offer, I need to have some kind of technology which is user friendly, which is efficient, and which can help my users to find temporary storage spaces. So we decided to hire a team of techies and develop the entire applications and website in-house, which helps the people who have extra space list their like spaces on a portal within 3 to 4 clicks, and also it helps the customers book the required storage spaces within no time. So my tech is something which is my USP, and introducing my tech in the common man warehousing solution was one of the key things which shaped this company.
And on a average basis, how many are the monthly users to the application or the business currently?
So we are having at least about 500 plus signups on the website per day. We have
Per
more
day?
per day basis.
Amazing.
Yeah. We are doing an average annual monthly transactions. We are doing about 1200 to 1500 transactions we are doing on monthly basis, and that is only limiting to storage, but combined to other services we are doing about 3000 plus transactions per month, and that is only when we are in the 4th year of the company.
Wow.
And we are also offering some ancillary services like luggage storage, or in Nepal also we are operational. So these all transactions also are picking up pretty fast.
You're in India, Nepal and Dubai.
We just started our operations in Dubai, so we are still too early, but we are established our base in India, all major metro cities, some of the tier 2 cities as well, and in Nepal as well. Yeah, we started operation in April 2025.
Okay, so now that you've started everything in Nepal too, so how is it there? Because looking at the dynamics of a place like that, how is it the business doing there?
So Nepal, why we decided to start our operations in Nepal? Because Nepal is a 100% import-driven country. They have a lot of people who are importing. A lot of goods are exported from India, China to Nepal.
Correct.
And when import is coming in surplus, the first thing these people require is the temporary storage spaces, because until the time it reaches the end consumer, they need transit warehouses. So Nepal, again, there were a lot of Indians who were exporting things to Nepal, and they were asking us that they want a temporary storage space in Nepal, which they were not able to find, because it's not a very technology savvy company. It's in the very early stages of growth. So we initially started aggregating few shared warehouses in Nepal, and we have managed to cater a few hundred customers till date within less than a year.
Wow.
And a lot of exporters from China and India are using our services.
Why Nepal though? What did it that you felt the need to exactly go to Nepal after India?
In Nepal, we are offering two services. One is the goods storage solutions and the luggage storage solutions. So Nepal, I started the goods storage solutions because a lot of Indian exporters were asking me, they wanted a temporary storage space in Nepal and we were not able to provide. So that's where we decided to start this vertical there. And the luggage storage vertical, again, that's a very interesting part in our entire Airatic services which we offer. Luggage storage is another storage vertical where people can park their suitcases or luggage on per day or per hourly basis.
It can be as tiny as a small bag?
Just one bag. Luggage is luggage, just like a suitcase. So you can park your bags. If you want to park your bags in a particular location, like if you're traveling, if you're a corporate traveler or a day tripper, or if you're going to religious tourism places, or if you're a mountaineer, like if you are going for hiking purpose anywhere, so you want to park your suitcases somewhere.
You're protecting so many people's peace, trust me.
Yeah. So we started luggage storage solutions in Nepal because a lot of mountaineers and expedition seekers, they go to Nepal for the Everest base camp, or they want to go on the Annapurna range and everything. So they usually come to Kathmandu. Nepal has only one international airport, that is Kathmandu. They all come to Kathmandu. They roam around for a couple of days, and they want to leave their suitcases behind, and then they take their backpacks and go for the expeditions. So during this particular transit, we realized that there are no too many fancy hotels in Nepal. So there are grade 1, grade 2 hotels, and their cloakrooms are even shabby. So that's where we thought that okay, this is something which we need to cater. We started providing the luggage storage solutions through our application. We created multiple drop locations in the Kathmandu area. We set up 2 luggage storage facilities, partnering with local warehousing partners. And today we are catering approximately about a few hundred tourists every month. We just launched it a few months back, and mostly these are Europeans and Americans coming for expedition in Europe. They leave their luggages, they book the luggage storage facilities through our application, they leave the luggages behind, and they go on their treks and all. But there are a lot of early check-in, late check-out customers as well. Like if you reach any Nepal maybe early in the morning, and you are going to get your hotel accommodation in the afternoon, so you need to park your luggage somewhere. Or if you check out at 2 o'clock, your flight is the night, and if your hotel is at one particular corner, you don't want to go all the way back. So that kind of customers also require luggage storage solutions. So these all customers we are catering, and obviously through our technology we are adding a lot of convenience. They can just identify the nearest luggage storage facility. You can do a Google, even if you go on a Google map and search a luggage storage facility, all the Airattix luggage storage facilities, they show up. So you can book it and you can just park your luggage there. And we are also offering the pick up and drop solution in Nepal. Like you can pick up the suitcases from your hotel, we can park it in the luggage storage facility and drop it at the airport or wherever you want when the day ends. So that's also something we are providing. So as I told you, we are a tech company with a strong background of operations.
So much of convenience. I think the biggest reason here are also the blessings of people's convenience right here, because it's going to be a big hit, which is indeed it is right now too. But I believe, and I mean, going back to the basics also, how did you come up with the name? Like it's pretty unique. And what is the story behind it?
So it's a cloud-based platform. So air signifies that, and attic means loft. Loft means a storage space. So we decided to club those words, and Airattix obviously signifies a cloud-based platform offering storage spaces. So it's a unique name, but it has a lot of value in it, because obviously the word attic signifies directly the solution which we are providing. And we started with an idea. The name you just came out in our like randomly, and we decided to push it that way only. Yeah.
Oh, okay, and I think it comes in good association with your
With the
motive
storage.
here.
Yeah.
Yes. So now that your brand is completely rapidly growing as a leader in this whole field.
Yeah.
So how's the entire journey been till now, and what is the vision for ahead too?
So we have been operating for 4 years now. We started in 2021,
Yeah.
and in 4 years we have managed to please a lot of customers. We have managed to please a lot of hosts also, who are earning from us. So to average a decent host in a decent city, he earns about 25,000 per month through our
Wow.
application for a small area of 400 to 300 square feet. And he is obviously like it's an added like any money which is coming in, it's a bonus thing, right?
Yes,
Obviously,
indeed.
yeah. So we have managed to please a lot of customers and hosts, and we obviously plan to scale these operations on the tier 2 cities as well. We are right now present in all the tier 1 cities in India and in Nepal as well, as I told you earlier. And we have made an early footprint in Dubai. Again, Dubai is a big market. We have to go.
How did you come up with Dubai's potential in this industry again?
So Dubai again is a very migrant popular city.
Yes.
So
Currently rapid.
yeah.
Like crazy.
So when the migration is huge, the demand for temporary storage spaces is huge.
Yes.
So when the migration happens, people don't stay in a particular location for a longer duration. And if they are renting in the apartment, they don't lease in bigger homes. So they want temporary storage spaces. Nowadays, as I told you, that the culture of creating assets is slowly going on a back foot, because having too many assets also becomes a liability, because people go on hopping places. If you have too many assets in a city, you need to stop there, you need to stay there and maintain those assets. So nowadays people are going for the leased apartment, and if you're having to lease it, you just lease what you require just to stay, so for the survival. So that's why, because of the huge migration, we started experimenting in Dubai, and hopefully in this year maybe we'll have some decent established base in Dubai as well.
Indeed, 100%. But still people kind of see and have a perspective about storage as just a space to keep things, right? That common mindset that people hold of this. So how does, the whole personification of this has been changed by Airattix currently, and how are you trying to do so?
So more than storage is not just become a requirement, it has become a necessity now.
Correct.
So storage, people are buying things like never before.
Yeah.
The spaces are getting smaller. There are a lot of things which you don't want to discard, but you don't have place to keep.
Correct.
Plus you want the space which is approachable and nearby. So if it is a necessity, people obviously go all the way out and to cater that particular requirement. So storage, more than just a place to keep your extra goods or dead inventory, it has become more like an active playground where people actually want to access that storage space frequently. And even though there are some customers who maybe just require some goods maybe once or twice a week, so still they prefer keeping it in a storage facility, because if the requirement is only 1 or twice a week, they can just go in the storage space and access those goods.
Correct.
So, and plus the concepts like minimalism, they're adding fuel to our kind of business, because people are decluttering like never before.
Yeah.
So they want to live the minimalistic life, but they again want to buy a lot of
Everything
things.
also, yeah.
So it's
The
a
whole
little contradictory
sustainability.
thing.
Yeah.
But that's where our businesses obviously are supporting such kind of ideologies and mindset, that okay, storage is not just to dump the things.
Correct.
Storage is more like a lifestyle thing. Yeah.
So when you started off your hands onto this, was somebody else in the market also doing something similar to this?
Definitely not in India, but
Okay.
we have some companies who do such kind of business in US.
Okay. Not even Nepal and Dubai?
No. Oh, yeah, nobody does this. See, in Asia, you can say that we are the first movers. You don't have any aggregators for storage, self-storage facilities or independently owned storage facilities in Asia as well. Definitely in the Western world, in US specifically, this is a very established market. Self-storage is a billions of dollar market. So there are obviously brick and mortar facilities plus the aggregators as well. But in India, no. In India or maybe in Asia, you can say we are the first movers. So yeah.
So when you were trying to scale it, there must have been a lot of juggling between a lot of different parts of it, different facets of this. So how did you deal with that in the initial level?
So not in the initial level. We are actually having such every day we have a new problem.
Obviously, because the field is such.
Yeah, it's an first mover. So there are a lot of advantages also, but there are a lot of challenges also. I don't call them disadvantages. There are a lot of challenges also. So when obviously we started with the good storage solutions, so specifically during the COVID times, we realized that okay, people not only want to park their household goods, but they also have a vehicle. Like if they leave the rented apartment, their vehicle is also standing in the parking. So now they want to park the vehicles as well. And the warehouse owners were not very keen to keep the vehicles inside the warehouse. So that's where we introduced the vehicle storage vertical in the platform. Again, it's a peer-to-peer vertical where people who have unused spaces, they list their parking spaces on a portal and they lease it out to people who need it. So again, that's a different vertical altogether, but it's related to my core good storage vertical. So these kind of obviously things come up. So we either innovate further and add it to our technology stack and start offering those solutions as well, or we are basically having some dissatisfied host or dissatisfied customers. So maybe because a lot of people have listed their facility on a portal and they are not getting any customer from us. So these kind of challenges and things keep on coming up. So like if you go to any aggregator platform like Airbnb or Make My Trip or all, you will never see that all the facilities are getting rented. There are some facilities which are not getting leased out. So we also have those types of hosts that okay, people are not happy that okay, I wanted some extra income, I have listed, but you're not giving me any customers. So we are offering B2C solutions, and being a B2C company, we have a lot of cajoling and a lot of pep talk we have to do to make sure that the hosts stay with us, and our customers also sometimes they come up with their grievances. So we have to be very patient in whatever, and we have to keep on following our process. Yeah.
And when there's this whole in the startup marketplace, what happens is a whole chicken and egg situation, right? And what was your solution, and how did you adhere to that problem for Airattix in the beginning?
So during COVID times, the demand was pretty high, the supply was less. Now, after 4 years, I still say that the demand is still high for extra storage spaces, and we are still short of the spaces which are listed on our portal. Sometimes what happens is that in a particular specific area, the demand for storage spaces is pretty high, and the customers, the hosts are very few. And in particular areas, obviously, the customer inflow is pretty low and the listings are pretty high. So these challenges we face, no doubt. But we do very aggressive digital marketing. We do both host and customer-centric marketing, where
to push.
To push. Along with digital marketing, we do a lot of influencer activities because it's a pretty new concept, right?
Obviously.
So we need to tell people, okay, what are the benefits, and obviously finding a storage space nearby, again, that's pretty new concept in the Indian ecosystem. So we have a lot of marketing activities which are simultaneously going on, which are creating brand awareness in the market and trying to win the trust. So even though it's a chicken and egg story, no doubt, we are obviously trying to fulfill most of the customers' needs who are coming to us. And in the initial days, as I told you, we only started aggregating the warehouses. We didn't have anything in the city area. So the warehouses have abundant spaces, obviously, because they are pretty huge and pretty well built. So most of the customers we were diverting to the warehouses only. And that's why we didn't face any flags during the COVID times. But now we are having both circumstances. Sometimes we have more customers, sometimes we have more hosts, and
that
the story goes on. Yeah.
But rather than going towards more glamorous industries like fintech or edtech, why didn't you, why did you come into a field like this with storage and fulfillment? So what was the reason or story behind that one?
Yeah, so storage is the future.
Yeah, as you said.
Storage is supply chain basically is the most in businesses in today's era, specifically in India. So even though I am selling storage spaces through my portal or I'm leasing storage spaces through my portal, I am trying to fill in the supply chain gap.
Correct.
So being an supply chain educated and guy, and obviously since the day I have been doing business, I have been only studying and doing supply chain related activities. I knew that this particular gap has to be filled.
Correct.
And supply chain obviously is going to be as glamorous as edtech, fintech, or any other startup ecosystems. But this is something which is where we are trying to solve the real problem which is there in the market.
Correct.
So irrespective, it is not as glamorous, but it is something which is going to be fulfilling and thing for a lot of audiences.
And how does exactly when somebody operates through it, how does orders get fulfilled at Airattix? Like, what is the whole procedure behind it?
So when you are booking a storage space, as I told you that we are catering to both B2B and B2C customers. We have corporates also are booking temporary storage spaces on our portal. So along with just leasing the storage spaces, we also started few other services. Those few services, one of the services which we started was the order fulfillment services. So nowadays we are in an era where a lot of D2C founders are doing their business through e-commerce platforms. Like either they are mostly their sales are driven through e-commerce. So we had some cases where the e-commerce sellers were booking storage spaces through our platform just to park their excess inventory. So we were people who were small business ones or maybe early stage founders. They were taking, they were doing everything from their home or maybe small offices. But when the inventory was excess, they wanted a storage space which is in the vicinity, which can be easily accessible. So we noticed a trend that a lot of e-commerce sellers were coming to our platform and booking temporary storage spaces nearby their workplaces or residences to park their excess inventory. So we started offering these e-commerce sellers an additional service, that is the order fulfillment.
Okay.
Because order fulfillment means obviously they don't want to, whatever the order they are generating through e-commerce platform, the fulfillment part will be taken care of by Airattix.
Okay.
So whatever the orders are being generated, you do the picking, packing and the dispatches. That's something we thought this service will add value to the small businessmen and e-commerce sellers who are booking storage spaces to our platform. And we actually started giving this valuated service to the e-commerce sellers. And today I can say that we have about 40 to 45 odd brands for whom we are not only leveraging the storage spaces but also offering the fulfillment solutions. So this is something, another value added we are giving. Like for household storage, I am giving an movers packers as a value added service. For the B2B customers, I am providing order fulfillment as an value added service. So whenever a customer books in, he books the storage space which is as per his requirement, and our system asks the customer if they want any of the additional services we are offering.
Okay.
If they say, okay, I want order fulfillment, or I need packing, moving, or I need vehicle storage, then the relevant options pop up and they can avail our other services as well.
Okay.
So this is something which is an added convenience we are providing through the allied services we are offering.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And if we talk about the expansion of the brand geographically, how is the future, or what is the whole plan of the brand currently?
So we are positioned in about 23 cities in India. We are operational in with all our solutions in these cities, and we plan to expand in the tier 2 cities in the near future in India, and we plan to expand in other countries also in Asia. Like we have already started a small presence, have a small presence in Dubai. We are operational in Nepal. our next go-to destinations are going to be Vietnam and Thailand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
So
great.
there also the storage industry is picking up very fast.
And another very interesting angle is the whole religious tourism, and you being
Yeah.
how the whole concept came to Ayodhya also. So what
Yeah.
initiated that thing, and how is it going currently?
So Ayodhya again it was a benchmark for our company. As we have mentioned throughout this podcast that okay, we are a micro warehousing company offering micro warehousing solution to our customers. So one particular untapped market which I thought was the luggage storage.
Okay.
Luggage storage is a very it's a need of the hour, specifically in these religious tourism destinations. We developed an SaaS which will support this luggage storage demand or the influx of the customers which are coming in. Obviously, right now, if you go to a typical cloakroom in the railway station, so there the luggage storage is done in a very traditional way. Like the like attendants, they write by chalk on the bag, they maintain a register, so it's not very sophisticated or systematic, you can say. So we developed an technology and which will support the luggage storage solutions which we are offering. And we set up our first brick and mortar luggage storage facility in Ayodhya, very near to the temple premises, and we decided to set up our own team there and manage the luggage of the customers which are coming in for the Ayodhya darshan. So we started this in the Diwali 2025, and within 2 months we are handling hundreds of bags per day. We are having a decent inflow of the customers, and everything is digitalized. Through our system, you can book the luggage storage facility in advance as well. Like if you are planning to go to Ayodhya a month later, you can still book the luggage storage facility today, and so that you know that okay, you can add it to the itinerary, okay, where to keep the bags, where basically the bags, because there are a lot of restrictions when you go to the Ayodhya temple. So obviously bags are not allowed, and mostly the people who come to Ayodhya are day trippers, because other than the temple there is kind of nothing to do there. So people come visit the temple and they exit it on the same day. So if they don't have any hotel rooms, they need a luggage storage. And the trust has not done anything to facilitate the luggage storage. They have small lockers which are compatible only for the mobiles and small pouches. So they don't have any luggage storage facility. So ours, again, we were the first movers to set up a private cloakroom and a digitalized cloakroom, and we have been doing good. In the first 2 months only, we are profitable. We are handling hundreds of customers, and we plan to expand with one more cloakroom in Ayodhya and then to Varanasi and Ujjain as well in coming days.
It's a perfect fit for places like these, especially in a country like India. Right? So another very interesting angle is that how I believe Airattix is going to be integrated in everybody's life for a very normal routine like thing because of the rapid urbanization and shrinking home sizes, as you mentioned. So how is gonna that be so easily and so famous and very normal about people that they'll be integrating your brand for their requirement because of the urbanization?
So, and the real estate prices are soaring.
Yeah.
People are not creating assets. People are just
Compartment-sized home.
Compartment-sized home. Nowadays, you see that in a 2 BHK apartment is as less than 500 square feet. So, in this whole situation, obviously, storage becomes a perfect fit. And for even though we are first mover, but this is the biggest advantage for our industry and for Airattix as well. So urbanization, rapid urbanization has helped us. No doubt that urbanization is happening only in pockets. You won't have a unanimous urbanization across multiple cities. Like even if you take a particular city, you see that okay, one particular suburb is only growing very fast. So other suburbs are maybe taking its own time to grow. So finding, like for example in Gurgaon, you can see that finding a storage host also is very difficult.
Correct.
Because most of the population who stays in Gurgaon is a migrant population, and people are staying in leased apartments. So finding a storage host also within a city like Gurgaon, it's a big challenge for us.
100%.
But definitely, urbanization is helping our industry, and finding obviously storage spaces is going to be much simpler when you have a tech-driven platform like Airattix.
So also we realized that how Eratic recently got recognized by the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Information Technology for its innovation. So if you can give us a brief about that.
Yeah, so in 2025, we were felicitated by the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Information Technology for our innovation in supply chain.
Yeah.
We were felicitated with the Graham Bell Award, that is one of the most prestigious award in the supply chain category. And what clicked with the jury was the circular economy which we are promoting through our platform.
Yes.
We are helping people earn extra income. So helping people monetize helping people monetize their unused spaces, that is something what maybe the jury liked, and they thought, okay, this is something which is going to be the future, rather than the conventional traditional approach of warehousing. We are breaking that mindset, and we are trying to bringing all together a new vision of storage industry in front of the audiences. So that's something which people liked, and definitely the tech we have developed is pretty user friendly. The technology, we have worked very hard on the tech. So our technology is something which has been appreciated by the thousands of users we are catering to. So that's something which the ministries and the jury of this award, they liked and they recognized us.
Because indeed it's a very innovative idea, because if somebody gets onto field and try to bridge in this will be next to impossible to fulfill that. So 100%, that makes a lot of sense.
Still, people don't basically, like more than people, you can say that it's a pretty new concept.
Yes.
It's
still
very, our major challenge is to market it in the right way. And plus, as a marketplace, so it's host and customer centric marketing has to be there.
Yes.
So most of our budgets are spent on marketing and brand awareness. So brand awareness, obviously, it's not only about promoting your website or your services which you are selling. It as a whole 360-degree approach we have to take when it comes to promoting our our services, or
this whole ideology of putting in.
We have to make sure we are pushing the entire ideology in the right way to the audiences. Because today people have their own questions, like what if somebody keeps something nasty in my storage facility, or who's going to take the ownership of the goods when they are stored. So obviously, once you list it, we are just a booking platform. We always give simple examples, like if you book a ticket of a flight through Make My Trip, and if Indigo, for example, if you book a Indigo flight ticket through Make My Trip, and if Indigo cancels it, then Indigo is the Make My Trip is only give you a refund, right? They can't say that, okay, because the main service provider has something messed up. Or if you're ordering from Swiggy and tomorrow the delivery boy picks up your order, switch off the phone and disappears. Swiggy can only give you a refund because they are dependent on the third party service providers.
Correct.
We are also dependent on third party service providers.
We're just mediators here.
We have just created a booking platform. That is the biggest convenience we have created.
Yes.
But people have a lot of questions because we are the first mover. They have their trust issues. So our brand awareness has to be very aggressive. Our marketing has to be to the point, so that people, when the customer says that, okay, I've heard about Airattix, the 50% stories, like the war is already won there.
Yes.
Then convincing the customer to book it through a platform is much easier.
Credibility and accountability are a very important factors in a business like
Absolutely,
that. Because winning trust, especially in a country like India, is a very hard game. So I think it took years for people to trust brands like even Swiggy and Zomato. So Airattix will do its whole thing.
But the fact is that we don't have that much time what Zomato and Swiggy took. Now Zomato is established in 2008.
But yours is more on a necessity angle, because here we are talking about people's personal goods, right? So their own properties. So I believe indeed there is a very huge potential. It's just that you said very beautifully, people are just not aware. That's it.
Awareness is something which we need to do aggressively. So most of our funds go in marketing, branding, and creating brand awareness only. And the rest go in the technology part, obviously. See, tech is something which has to be to the point.
Correct.
Tomorrow, if we have thousands of users coming in, signing up, doing a lot of activities on our portal, my tech cannot choke even for a single second forget about a minute also. Today, the transactions which are happening through our platform are going seamlessly because we have a very robust backend.
Yes.
So I have to keep on improvising my technology.
And there's no end to it.
There's no end to it.
Yeah, there's a revamping every day in the tech field.
Yeah. Our mobile applications, our downloads are increasing aggressively.
Oh, wow.
Our reviews are obviously garnering a lot of positive traction. Plus the Ayodhya, though tomorrow Varanasi is there. We have Nepal, so we are doing multi-currency transactions also. So we have to have the FEMA regulations in place. So it's not as simple as it looks.
Yes.
We have multi-currency. If the foreign money is coming in the country, obviously I have to follow certain rules.
It's a way of boosting the real economy as well.
Yeah.
Not just circular, right?
So tomorrow, if somebody is doing a transaction in Dubai, still the money is going to come in my Indian account because I don't have a company there.
Yes.
I don't intend to also. Tomorrow, Airbnb, obviously, they are doing business in more than about 150 countries, but they don't have offices everywhere.
Yeah.
Their payment gateways are very supportive. They have the escrow account. The money gets settled in certain merchant account. We are doing the same way.
Correct.
The money is coming in from multiple countries. It is staying here, and then we are making the payout. So it's very dynamic transactions. So we have to be very careful when it comes to legalities, when it comes to such kind of regulations like the banking regulations and all. Then it's not that only our partners or the logistics partners or the customers and the host have to be supportive. Our banks have to be very supportive.
Correct.
Our investors have to be very supportive.
Everything should be on point to
Absolutely,
just process flow one single transaction here. So it's
running a marketplace is a challenging one. Nowadays, we are in a country, specifically in the Indian startup ecosystem, we have more D2C brands which are coming up. So the investors in India, basically the angel and seed investors, they are kind of putting their money more in these D2C brands and exiting. So you don't have too many marketplaces coming up.
Yes.
We are the first of its kind, not only in the storage industry, but many other services which we offer.
Yes.
And very few marketplaces are coming up. Because of this reason, marketplaces don't crop off because one is the expense.
Yes.
Expense is huge.
And there are very tiny and big, both sorts of complex challenges also involved that you need to cater to.
It's like every day we have one new problem to solve.
Yeah, as you said.
So you have to be very attentive to what.
Are there any behavioral issues also that sometimes Airattix have to solve when it comes to whole hosting and people looking
for a users?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you understand there are different, diverse sort of people. So
we have a lot of I don't call them issues. So they are a part of my business.
The whole customer care, how it operates.
Customer care, see, firstly, the one thing which I noticed is that, we don't do any physical agreement. When a customer is trying to book a storage space, a luggage storage or a goods storage space through a portal, he agrees to the terms conditions.
Yes.
The bad habit is people never read these terms conditions. So when you are booking order through Swiggy or any even Make My Trip, you agree to TNCs. You agree, and then it's as good as you're officiating that transaction. When the actual transaction happens, then if there is any nuisance, we know that we have mentioned it in the TNC. Only this is something we are going to offer. If the customer comes with erratic demands and we say no to it, then the customer starts throwing tantrums. Then we have to prove that okay, हमने तो mention किया था terms condition में, ये सब हम लोग नहीं करते. आपको 1 महीना notice देनी पड़ेगी material retrieve करने से पहले. But they come up with okay, tomorrow I want to take my material back. But we say that okay, you take the material, but you have to pay for 1 month because it's a monthly booking. So these are small things, but the worst part is that people don't cooperate and they say that okay, I must have agreed to the terms conditions, but I have not read it. So it's an unending debate, and we are dealing with the B2C customers. So obviously it's we have to convince them.
There's a both pro and con of everything.
So people are erratic sometimes. We have some tantrums from the host as well, because if the host is, if the customer books a storage facility and he is committed to come at 6 o'clock in the evening and he doesn't turn up, he turns up with the goods at 8 o'clock. Sometimes the logistic partners, obviously, they delay the movement. So the host also gets a little irritated, agitated. We have to pacify. And the worst thing is that if I am headquartered in a certain city, if the transaction is happening in a certain city, then everything happens virtually on call. It's 100% faceless conversations, faceless transactions we are doing.
Correct.
We don't know the host, we don't know the customer, we are facilitating the booking, and both are having their own things to tell us. So we have a sales team, but we have developed a more stronger after sales team.
Which is very important.
Very important. So, and after sales team has to be patient. So these are the challenges, or maybe now it has become a routine to us.
Yeah.
But this is something which we face, that people, they say, because if you list your extra basement or extra room on a portal and you have some commitment in the evening and the customer doesn't turn up on the desired time, so obviously it becomes a different scene altogether.
Yeah, it's a good sign that a business is doing well when they have challenges like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. So when I get bad reviews, I say that okay, means people understand that we have business.
Right.
So negative reviews are considered have to be taken positively.
Correct.
It's not that we cannot satisfy everybody.
Everybody, right? Because you're trying to do your job here very ethically, and everybody cannot be of a similar mindset.
Yeah.
But I like how transparently you have everything to share about your brand inside and out, and how it originated, and how you got it all wired together. So I mean, thank you so much for coming to the show and so beautifully answering and explaining everything on how you hopped onto a business like that.
Absolutely, it was a pleasure being here.
Likewise.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
That's it for this episode, guys. If you really have any questions to our guest today, you can drop a comment below. And that's it for Mic Pe Milenge today. Thank you.